Hello adventurers! Welcome back to my channel where I explore interesting places around Birmingham and document the changes happening in these areas. Today, we're taking a look at the Acocks Green High Street to see how it's coping with the major shifts happening in UK retail. As many of you know, high streets across Britain are struggling as more and more banks and big chain retailers are disappearing. This is very evident here in Acocks Green. As we walk down the high street, you'll notice to let board after board for empty shop fronts where bank branches and popular stores once stood. In particular, the disappearance of banks is very apparent. Banks are closing at a rapid pace as customer habits shift online and away from cash. Here on this stretch of road alone, we have signs marking where HSBC, Barclays, and nationwide branches have closed up in recent years. Another major blow is the closure of the prominent Wilko store, which has been a staple in Acocks Green for locals over the years. The recent shutting of its doors now means there's a massive empty retail unit, further adding to the visible struggles this high street is facing. As we make our way down the road, the string of to let signs stand out as constant reminders of the changing landscape. So while there still remains a scattering of independent shops and eateries bringing vibrance and foot traffic, the vacancy along what should be a thriving high street is apparent. Join me as we take a walk to observe and document these unfortunate closures of banks, chain retailers, and other outlets. Let's continue supporting our local shops where we can and hope this leads to more sustainable, community-focused high streets in future. As we make our way down the road, the string of to let signs reminds us of the constant closures happening. But it's not just the shops, the pubs in Acocks Green have seriously dwindled as well. Dedicated viewers will know we have an ongoing Lost Pubs of Birmingham series. And Acocks Green has seen so many beloved watering holes disappear over the years. As we walk along today, let me point out where some legendary pubs once stood. There's the Inn on the Green, formerly known as New Inns, which is a restaurant, which is also up for sale. The Dolphin Pub is also long gone, having been turned into a large L supermarket instead. The Red Lion Pub and Moonraker Pub have had similar fates of being repurposed by new owners. What was formerly the lively Gospel Oak Pub is now occupied by a cooperative food. Speedwell Inn looks abandoned, having previously operated as a car dealership. And two more pub losses for Acocks Green are Golden Arrow, now flats, and Lincoln Poacher, which became a vet clinic. We have dedicated videos exploring each of these pub closures in depth on our channel. It's unfortunate to see how both the shops and drinking hubs that brought communities together are dwindling here. But for now, let's continue our walk to document what remains here while we still can. As we continue our walk along Acocks Green High Street, the changing face becomes even more apparent. Where established banks, retail chains, and local shops once occupied the prime real estate, there has been a proliferation of takeaways, charity shops, and vacant lots taking their place. This shift warrants a discussion around what could be catalyzing such closures in an area that should host a thriving hub of business. Restrictive council parking rules have commonly been blamed, like the 1-hour restriction along much of this street. The significant lack of parking spaces in general is also a frustration for visitors popping by local outlets. There is also the overriding trends shaping shopping habits nationwide, the growth of e-commerce steering customers to online retailers offering greater convenience and competitive deals. High rental rates and other overheads involved in maintaining physical stores have placed extra strains on margins too, making closures sometimes inevitable. Of course, the recent banking closures mark shifting preferences away from cash as digital payments gain prominence as well. As customer visits to bank branches rapidly decline year over year, maintaining their presence on prime high street locations seems less viable. Overall, there are likely multiple factors at play, from changing consumer behavior, unfavorable parking, challenging upkeep costs, and even shifts within industries like banking. We welcome any perspectives, reflections, or insights you may have on this discussion around our high streets in transition too. A significant visible loss for Acocks Green was the recent closure of the prominent Wilko store on the high street. Wilko has been a staple retailer here for residents over the years. But now, yet another empty retail unit sits with to let signs after Wilko's unfortunate exit. And that's not the only major closure we encounter along our walk. Directly opposite the vacant Wilko premises is the Barclays Bank branch, which has also ceased operations. Its ATMs have been removed, windows now plastered with signs indicating another key high street outlet forced to pack up. Both Wilko and Barclays vacating such central and established locations here serve as major blows for foot traffic and vibrancy along the area. It leaves locals hoping new tenants can come in to rejuvenate these spots and bring back more community activity. Until replacements emerge, the visual impact of seeing these prominent stores, which once buzzed with customers, now empty and barren, amplifies the issues at hand. We can only cross our fingers that if and when new businesses eventually take over these units, they bring offerings that resonate better with modern consumer demand. Adaptability will be key for the survival of Acocks Green High Street. Adding to the somber atmosphere of boarded-up buildings is the notable absence of sparkling Christmas lighting displays typically seen in lively town centres. As we walk the stretch of Acocks Green High Street during the holiday season, there are no glittering trees, tinsel garlands or festive accents bringing cheer. While simple decorative omissions, the missing lights speak profoundly about declining council support, thin community group budgets, and lacking vibrancy overall. Christmas lighting ceremonies serve both festive and economic purposes, drawing families for photo opportunities while encouraging seasonal shopping sprees. Their absence marks yet another dampener for generating activity. Between the prominent store vacancies and lack of seasonal sparkle, it's understandable why some may view Acocks Green as a dying high street. Where glittering lights and bustling shop fronts once attracted gatherings, now empty shells remain. However, we maintain hope of a revival pending innovative businesses and continued community spirit. For now though, the starkness at a time typically marked by colourful light displays only amplifies the district's challenges. What other observations stand out to you as we continue walking today? Please share your thoughts and reflections.